What's going on, everyone? Today we are going to get the Cressida running, hopefully. It's an issue with the fuel pump. We'll try to figure that out. You can probably just kind of hardwire it maybe and see if the pump itself is working just fine, or if it's a relay, or if it's actually the pump. So start there, and then we need to bleed the clutch. Try to get that figured out. Hopefully that'll work. It's an internal slave, so if we can't get that to work, then we're going to have to pull the transmission. But hopefully we'll have it running and driving today. So, first thing we're going to do is pull back the wiring here, remove this cover to the fuel pump, and see if we can get it up out of the way. We can't actually get to the fuel pump from here, but we can get to the wiring, try to test it. Unfortunately, the fuel pump is bad. We're going to have to drop the tank, which isn't a very fun job, but see if we can go ahead and get this out first and see what we're working with. So I'm actually not positive what wiring is what here. I guess I'm going to have to look into this and see if I can figure it out. Usually a fuel pump, especially from this era, is just two wires. So it's likely that I can flip the key on and test to see if we got power here. And if we do, then we know that it's not a relay problem, and most likely the pump. But I'm not positive that is actually that wiring. I guess I'm going to have to look up, probably YouTube, look at some stuff, see if I can figure out what those wiring actually is and which is which, and hopefully get an answer and be able to test this and find out if it's the pump or if it's the wiring leading up to the pump. Alright, so I found out that these are in fact the wires of the fuel pump. So we got the blue wire and the white wire. The white wire is ground, blue wire is power. So it looks like my best bet here is to check for power at this connection. So I'm going to go ahead and get my test light, kick the car on and see if we got power here. And if that works, we got power, then we know it's the pump. It could be ground side still. We can also jump for the ground. But test that, and then if it's not getting power, then we're going to go ahead and give it power and see if the pump kicks on. So that's where we're at now. I'm going to go ahead and grab my tools real quick, and we'll get back and we'll test this. So we're going to go ahead and check, see if we're getting any power here. Yeah, 11.9, so basically 12 volts. It's getting full power. So it's not looking good. Doesn't mean it's not a ground issue, but power is getting to the pump. So there's no real reason to feed it power because that's working properly. For some reason, our pump's not kicking on. I think it's safe to say we got a bad pump. That's not going to be very fun. Well, we know what we need to do. We just got to do it. Probably wouldn't hurt to upgrade the pump anyways. Alright, so I got all the hardware under here sprayed with penetrating oil, and hopefully it'll come free. So I need to get the side panel off first over here, get that out of the way, and then I can drop on the actual tank itself. So hopefully it's not too big of a job. safety glasses. So a little bit safer under here. Save my eyes. It's not that it's rusty, it's just that there's so much dirt. You know, a 33-year-old car at this point. So now I got that side panel off so I can actually see what's going on from the top, so I'm gonna have to probably wiggle it some coming out of the fuel tank. I'm gonna drop these straps here, providing they come out. Alright, all we have left to do now is just remove the back bolts for the strap, the tank straps, and then I should be able to drop it. I already broke all these free, so I'm just gonna zip them out with this. And then we should be able to pull the pump up out and see what we're working with. I have a feeling all the fuel that's in this is bad. I'm gonna have to dispose of it all. I did put about 10 gallons in it, but yeah. Look at that. Well, maybe I will go to a fuel cell. This does not look good. The fuel inside is like black. Oh, wow. That's what happens when you let cars sit with how horrible fuel is these days. So I wonder why it didn't work properly. Yeah. Well, I do have a fuel cell setup left over from an Evo I had. Maybe that's the best bet to do with this. I highly doubt it. A Cressida tank is very easy to come by. Might be my best option. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I bleed this. We got Jeff in the car pumping it up. I'm gonna go ahead and pump it. Okay. Oh, I got it in my fucking eye. Got air in it. Alright, hold on, keep it down. Maybe a jump out. I'm gonna go ahead and start it in neutral, or maybe bump the starter and see if it's kicking the wheels in gear with the clutch in. Actually, you don't have to do that. I can just hold the clutch in, and if the... No, yeah, let me try it this way. wheels turn?
Yep.
They do?
Yep.
So it's not working. Huh. Because if the wheels shouldn't turn with the clutch in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, so we know it's not as simple as just bleeding the slave. Cross that off the list. Change on have to pull the transmission. I'll look more into the whole assembly, but if the pedal works and it's actually pushing fluid when I open it, then it's got to work somewhat. So, fuel tank's bad. I can probably clean it and use it, but I also have a fuel selector from an Evo. I may use that. I got to kind of do some research to decide what I want to do. As far as the slave goes, it wasn't as simple as pressuring it. I figured that'd be the case. I'm still going to look into a little bit more, but I have a feeling that we're going to have to pull the transmission and see what's going on inside, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. At this point, I get some research to do, make a plan for the next video, but as of now, that's the end of this. I appreciate it, guys. See you in the next one.